Zach's Rank Buys, stocks with a short-term buy or strong buy recommendation. Now, here are more Zach's Rank Buys. Checking out some more value stocks with Tracy Reineck, our value stock strategist at Zacks.com. POL Corp. POL, the ticker symbol, is one that you've written about recently. This is a polymer materials company?
Right. And when I was looking into what they did, it's one of those kind of industrial chemicals material manufacturers that their item is in basically everything. One of the key areas I did find interesting was that they do a lot of color additives, so a lot of dyes and inks and things like that. But literally they're in like all industries. And as you know, because I keep talking about it every week, these kind of companies are doing really well right now because they essentially are the building blocks of all of manufacturing and everything, that's being made out there. So with this global recovery, these kind of companies are seeing big turnarounds. And these guys just reported a great fourth quarter, and they had a record 2010. Sales were up nearly 30%. Earnings jumping because of this global demand that they're seeing. And the estimates are starting to really pop here. They didn't give guidance, but analysts are all optimistic that this is going to keep going on into 2011. And they're seeing double-digit earnings growth expected for 2011 and 2012. So the story's going on, going to keep going. And then the chart on this one is a little crazy. They are way off the lows in 2009, and they're at least 3-year highs here. But it's not super expensive here. It's on the little pricier end of the stocks that I normally cover at about 14.5 times forward earnings. But the story is good for these kind of companies.
They just acquired a Brazilian business too.
They did, and they are expanding a lot overseas, so that is going to boost them. They have a lot of cash on hand. They have almost $400 million in cash, so they're able to make these kind of strategic acquisitions.
Plus, that gives them another capital infusion from that other business.
Oh yeah. So they're in this good place here, and there's a lot of expansion possibilities.
All right. ARJ Chemical is one that's been around for a while, ARJ, the ticker symbol. You wrote about them, another chemical company.
Yep, I've covered them a couple times. These guys are interesting, I think, because they make the chemicals that attack microbes in like water. So pools and spas, drinking water, or if you run a company that makes bottled water, you have to make sure nothing is getting in the bottled water, so they make the ingredients that go into that. That's one of their big segments. So this kind of company is a little different than Poly because they're a little more steady as you go. They're not going to see double-digit earnings growth, which they're not expected to in 2011. They even said sales are only expected to grow 5 to 7%, but that's a nice sales growth trajectory for this kind of company. They also just had a really great 2010 with some record numbers and beat estimates, and the estimates are all rising from the analysts on them too. But like I said, it's going to be a little bit slower growth, but this kind of company, because you got the slower growth, also pays a nice dividend, a little bit over 2%, so the shareholder gets a little bit added bonus with that. And the share price, a little bit cheaper here. They're trading about 12.5 times, and they're also off the 2009 lows, like who isn't? But they aren't quite yet at the 3-year high, so there's a little bit more value in these guys than in Poly One.
All right, do you own either of them?
I do not.
You'll want to check out some more Zach's Rank Buy stock pick ideas for yourself. Those you can find on our homepage at Zacks.com. We put 4 new ones up there for you daily, one in each of the investing categories that we feature on the website. With Tracy Reineck, I'm Terry Ruffalo.